what is our primary objective for exhibiting at this next show?
Yeah. Does anybody ask, because if you say, what's the number? And if you go leads, we're trying to get leads. Well, drill down a little more on that. Let's just say, I think that's the obvious answer. Okay. So can anybody tell me what a qualified lead looks like? One that you'd be excited to follow up on 2 days after you're back from the show? What's that look like? Well, somebody who says they're interested in buying. Okay. So one of the questions we should capture is, what product are you interested in? And where are you guys at in your purchasing cycle? We're a year away from buying one of these machines. Okay. That might be the way it is. Who's going to train the staff to ask that question? What's another question we might ask? What's the one after that? So all of a sudden how about asking the people who are responsible for following up? What is it that's going to make this one of the Glengarry leads, right? We all see the movie Glengarry, Glen Ross, right? Give us the Glengarry leads. Give us the good leads. Give us the leads that have 6 or 8 pieces of information, right? That are going to get us excited. I know it'd be great if they all come back with leads and they said, these guys are ready to place an order. Well, that's an order. It's not a lead. A lead is some information that's going to help us take it and further it. Probably still needs a little salesmanship involved, but I think it starts. But if it sounds like a silly question or an obvious one, Khalil, but if you don't answer that question, we are there to create some buzz about our new website, which we haven't done in 10 years. And there's all these cool new features. Okay. Has the booth been designed? Is there a giant LED wall showing that? Is there 6 locations? Because there's so much to see that we can spread people around the island and they can learn different things about whether it's by region or by, but I mean, just that one question, it's affecting the design. It's affecting the information I want to get, which affects the behavior. It's probably going to impact the budget. Depending on, do I need a giant LED wall? If you think that you're going to create buzz about the new $150,000 website because you got a 32-inch monitor on a desk or a table, it's probably not the best thing to, showcase your new thing. And I would say the same about a product. Yeah. Auto companies know this, right? You go to an auto show, they are showing you the concept cars for 5 years ahead. And they look like they defy, it's just, they're all space age, right? But they do that for a reason.
Yeah.
They do it for a reason. So.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like speak to everyone and reach no one.
Yes.
Is kind of the thought there. Like if you have all these objectives, you're going to do all these things, then you're not going to accomplish any of them. So getting clear on the exact objective of the entire show for your company can really help you nail down how to actually approach that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got one last question. Yeah. Number 10. Specifically, what is my plan to drive trade show traffic to my booth space? How do you approach this?
Well, you know what? First of all, have a plan. It's a great question. And you need to ask that. What are we doing? And you can't just say, well, we just need the people, staff in the booth to stop everybody. I think, surveys have shown and recent history has shown creating some kind of an event in the booth. And I think celebrities are great, but it doesn't have to be that. How about the CEO that nobody ever gets to meet, being in there and doing a Q&A? He's going to be there from 10:30 to 11:30, and he's going to be there from 2:30 to 3:30. Come by and ask the CEO. I think that's a great thing to do. There's, some shows you can sign up and maybe you pay a nominal fee, but there's a scavenger hunt with 20 booths, right? And people have to go and there's a prize, that's being offered if you get a passport stamp or something from each of those 20 booths. Maybe you have a version of that in your island booth and there's, check in here, here's your passport. There's 10 things you need to check in and see and just get that staffer to check you off or to initial right here. And you come, I know you see pens and coasters and necklace stuff out here, but the good stuff is in the storage closet, and that's where the leather tote bag is. And I'm going to get you one of those if you go through our 4 stations or 5 stations or whatever the case is. I think you create some kind of an event that's designed to make sure that they go through and hear what you want to say. What you're not saying is it's going to allow us to capture information that we want to capture about you. And by the way, it's not cheesy if you have 2 VIP gifts, one for the people that turn out to be a really qualified lead, others that are just the goodie grabbers, the trick-or-treaters, and they just came in, and it turns out it's the wife of a marketing assistant who came to the show, and maybe you have a different in the closet bag, and we hope you enjoy. This is Owlie, our stuffed mascot animal, and, this is for you. And people are thrilled with that. You'd be surprised. But I think you create, how do I get traffic is tons and tons of pre-show marketing, drive them to the booth, give them something meaningful to come see. It could be an executive. It could be a celebrity. It could be a gamification type of a thing, something interactive. But really, Khalil, you just want them walking out of the booth going, oh, wow, that was fun. Or remembering your name by the time they turn the corner and not forgetting it. So I thought it was really clever the way they did that. Something to that effect.